Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are well. In today's video I am going to talk to you all about butter. What is it and why use it? So I'm going to briefly describe what it is, what it's made up of, and some of the properties it has specifically in relation to baking. Butter is a dairy product made up of butterfat, water and milk. It is produced by churning whole milk or cream, which separates the butterfat from the buttermilk. Most of the buttermilk is drained off, leaving behind the butterfat. The fat content is usually around 80%, which is also the minimum percentage for it to be called butter. Some butters have a higher fat percentage of around 82 to 85%, typically found in European countries such as France. I have tasted butter from France before and it is certainly very good. Butter is highly prized for its flavour and mouthfeel. It melts just below body temperature, so around 32 to 35 degrees centigrade, and does so fairly quickly when placed in the mouth. This is why we sometimes describe certain products made using butter, such as pastry, as being melt in the mouth. Other than its superior flavour and mouthfeel, does butter have many other properties that make it ideal for baking? Well, yes, it does play many other important roles in baked goods relating to the texture and structure. Butter, being a fat, acts as a tenderizer in baked goods. It coats proteins in flour, interfering with gluten development. This results in a soft, delicate crumb in products such as cakes, pastries and cookies. When used in pastries and layered within the dough, it melts during baking, creating steam, because remember, butter does contain some water. This puffs up the pastry, resulting in a flaky texture. Butter is particularly effective at this, which is why it is normally preferred over other fats or oils. It also plays an important role in leavening baked goods. When creamed with sugar, it helps incorporate air into the batter. This air expands during baking, aiding in leavening the product. I have already made a video all about why a cake rises, how to make a cake rise, so if you want more information on this process, definitely go and check that out. I will link it in the description. All this results in lighter, fluffier baked goods. Since butter is composed of around 80% fat and 18% water, it contributes moisture to products, preventing them from drying out as quickly. Cakes made without fat, such as a traditional whisked sponge or like angel food cake, dry out fairly quickly and are best eaten on the day of baking. However, other cakes that do have fat added will keep for several days and still retain their moistness. Butter also delays staling as fat interferes with starch retrogradation. Butter coats starch molecules, slowing them from recrystallizing. This results in a product that is softer for a longer period of time. It is also why enriched doughs such as brioche, for example, generally stay fresher and more tender for longer because of the high amount of butter they contain. as well as, of course, other ingredients such as eggs and sugar. Butter contributes to browning as it contains milk solids. Milk solids brown due to caramelization and the Maillard reaction, which I also covered in a previous video. These reactions occur because of the proteins and sugars found within milk. Browning enhances the appearance of baked goods whilst also bringing new and complex flavours. In products such as biscuits and cookies, butter promotes crispness. The water it contains evaporates during baking, leaving behind the fat and drying out the biscuit or cookie. I have said this before, but biscuits made with butter are just so good. I have found that they generally do come out very crisp and tender. I don't think butter is as important with cookies because cookies tend to be sort of soft and chewy. Butter also aids in the spreading of biscuits and cookies, which may or may not be desirable. Sometimes with a cookie, you kind of want it to spread out a bit more, but if there is too much, the product will lack structure and won't hold its shape. When I've made, say, for example, shortbread and cut it into shapes, it doesn't really hold the shape during baking because there's such a high percentage of butter. Butter plays many important roles in baking. However, none of them are specifically tied to butter alone. There are many other plastic fats which have the same characteristics and will function in very similar ways. The only things that really set it apart are its superior flavour and mouthfeel, as I have already mentioned. So if those things are particularly important to you, then that's the time to use butter. So that brings us to the end of this video all about butter. If you have any questions, please do pop them in the comments below and I will happily answer them for you if I can. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you next time. Bye!